Function with Purpose podcast. All things health, wellness, fitness, and education through the physical therapy perspective. I am Dr. Amy Bullock, owner and founder of Fortress Physical Therapy. Fortress PT is here to serve the Charlotte metro area by highlighting the importance of how and why physical therapy should be a part of your health and wellness lifestyle. Here we go. Welcome to the Function with Purpose podcast, Season 4, Episode 6, coming at ya. Getting right to it. Again. So, have you guys ever heard the get your 10,000 steps a day type thing so you can have better health? Yeah, I heard it. We all heard it. What's up with 10K? What happens if I get 10,001 steps? Does that make me any healthier? Huh. Yeah, makes you think, right? So today's title, 10K steps a day versus accumulated daily strain. Which is better? Which is better for your health and fitness? We're going to talk about this 10K step thing. So I did some research, and honestly, steps aren't really a universal metric, because it sets limitations for health tracking or strain tracking, right? So think of this. Really think about this. Steps honestly don't measure anything. It's an arbitrary number to just say, get your 10,000 steps a day. There's no true science or input behind this specific number. So it automatically sets up limitations for health tracking, right? So think of this. If you're a swimmer and you swim and train 2 or 3 times a day, swimming in the water, you worked out, right? You strained, but you didn't get your 10,000 steps in for that day. What the hell does that even mean? Right? But you're a Division II swimmer. You're pretty fit. How could you not get 10,000 steps a day? You're not healthy because you didn't meet that metric. See what I mean? Right? So honestly, it's just a number that was chosen. There's no really true science or input behind this specific number, right? So it already limits you. It limits you as an athlete. It limits you as a normal person like ourselves, like me, talking to you right now. Right? But it does not measure any strain at all that you put on your body, strain or fitness levels, or cardiovascular fitness. You can't account for your level of intensity, right? Or strain. However, I think, and I do believe that it is a good starting point for those who are wanting to make a healthier choice to get their daily movement in. So, it's definitely something to strive towards. A small goal to get you moving daily. But in all, the daily movement of 10,000 steps a day, it limits your overall global health status, right? You're not really straining your heart or tapping into your fitness potential. So this leads me into strain. And think of strain as in you're working your heart, you're working your muscles, tendons, joints with varied stimulus, which could vary from swimming, hiking, running outside, trail running, CrossFit, bodybuilding, right? It could all the way go to walking your dog outside, playing sports, doing your work duties, especially if you do a lot of manual labor, right? So strain is an accumulated daily number output, right? We must strain our heart, we only have one heart, muscles, tendons, joints with varied stimulus, right? To create a full body, what we like to call a physiological trigger, weekly and even daily, right? And then in turn, I am going to get some of that NEAT, N-E-A-T, non-exercise stimulus going in. So, maybe I'll get 5,000 steps a day, whatever. But I'm getting some movement in order to help my strain levels stay balanced throughout the day. So how do we kind of measure some of this stuff? Well, as you guys know, I did some podcasts on the Whoop band, WHOOP. I'm not sponsored, but I have been loving this thing. So it shoots out based on your heart rate variability, resting heart rate, and breaths per minute, your strain number for the day. So the strain number is on a 0 to 21 scale. And that changes daily, right? Which then corresponds with your recovery from that strain. It shoots out the appropriate number based on you for the following day after you wake up and sleep and all that. So it's pretty cool. From my perspective, it's provided me with a better understanding with my strain output, right? And my ability to properly recover and recognize that my daily routines help me keep that accumulated daily strain. So on days that I know that my intensity levels perhaps aren't super high, I might just go out for a walk later. Or vice versa. If my strain is super high, then I might just focus on some stretching or just a movement routine for that day. So it's pretty cool that there's an actual science and research starting to become about this, utilizing the Whoop band. That's how I know, not only based on how I feel, but how I know as well. So yeah, comparing the two, which is better? Oh my gosh, daily strain, of course, right? Because we're straining the heart. The heart's pumping at varied intensities based on the activity that you do for that day. We're getting blood flow into our muscles, tendons, joints with varied stimuli to help create this physiological trigger daily and even weekly. So, it gives you data so that you can track it over time as opposed to 10,000 steps a day for a healthier heart. Honestly, that doesn't do anything. It's limited. But the steps is a good starting point for someone who's trying to dip in and get into the exercise world. So yeah, 10K steps a day versus accumulated daily strain, which is better? Strain 100%. So, some things for you to track your strain is training in different heart rate zones. Maybe your effort zone tracking for that day. Are you at a 50% effort for the day? Are you at an 80% effort? Or is this a workout or training day that you're going to approach it and really test out your fitness? So, which is very common in the CrossFit world. If someone's prepping for a competition, the workouts, you really have to kind of give it your all if you're being judged. So, 10K steps a day. It's so arbitrary that there's no science behind it. They just kind of shot out the number. But side note with the Whoop band, so Fortress has their own team. I would definitely love for you guys to hop on the team. Let's be friends. Let's get connected. So I'll drop in the team or the invite code in the comment below. And hit me up on the Whoop band. But start thinking about daily strain accumulation rather than accumulate 10 steps a day, right? Strain is going to really improve heart health. It's going to improve your overall health metrics, your resting heart rate, your resting breaths per minute, your blood pressure, your stress levels, right? So, maybe you want to get a Whoop band. If you do, let me know. and come join the Fortress Whoop team so we can kind of compete from afar and keep each other accountable. That's a wrap for today's episode, Function with Purpose podcast. For more information on this episode, please check out the show notes within your podcast app. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, or drop your comments and questions below. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thanks for the listen. Pursuit, precision, purpose.